Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fashion Business Unfiltered. This is episode number 7, which is super exciting because we have a fabulous guest today. But episode 7's topic is social media isn't your business, it's your billboard. With that being said, before we bring in our fabulous guest, who I'm super excited about, we'll do our quick intros. Today's episode is sponsored by Wix. My outfit, we are going to I See You Girl. Make sure you hit join live feed. I see you. My outfit today, we're giving one last nod to the good old dress on a dreary Boston day. Good old Samuel Vartan. This is an original, custom made by one of the great designers of this city. Love you, Samuel. Perfect. See you. Okay, so tonight, Scene and Style will be live at 9 p.m. on Fashion TV with Performer.com. We'll be giving away a few of the Boston Fashion Awards from 2025, the fabulous Carla Shaw. Carla, I love you. I can't wait to see you tonight. Carla Shaw will be there this evening, of course, with our wonderful, gorgeous hosts, Marlena and Michael. You can always pop on over to the Liberty Hotel. Still sitting, I know guys, I'm sorry, I'm still sitting on amazing content from last week at the Liberty Hotel. BOGO Split, Styles by Synchrony. You guys, you killed it. You guys absolutely, Babylon, don't think I didn't forget you. You guys killed it. It was a gorgeous show. I'm super excited. I can't wait to get all that content out. So if you're around, head on over to Liberty. It's always a great show. And our guest today for this podcast is someone that is very deep into the fashion community. She may be new, but she is going strong. She is a big part of the Mass Fashion Week community. Shout out to Mass Fashion Week, who's having their huge show on May 23rd. Pop on over to their website or their Insta and snag tickets. She will also be a speaker for content creation at the very first ever Boston Fashion Summit on June 6th, which is a full day of fabulous business building for your fashion business or even creatives. There's going to be so much there, from literally how to build your I need more coffee, to building your, even from bank accounts straight up to your business plan. There we go. We will have David Joseph speaking on a panel, Denise Hajar speaking on a panel, Melina Lala B is going to be tagging up with Kayla, one of the founders, to do their portion. Alan Rula is coming back to speak about finances. And then actually after the summit, there's something fabulous going on. The Boston Fashion Icons are holding their official mixer for the year. So you can head on over from 4 to 8 at the Vintage Lounge on June 6th. And you can mix and mingle with these amazing fashion icons and more. So before we get to the amazing woman that I'm so excited to see, we are going to do a little bit of market research from Katie, my intern at Suffolk University, who is amazing and emailed me this morning to tell me that we're already 12 weeks into her 14-week internship. And I'm sad because she's absolutely fabulous. She's the one that's been coming up with these official numbers throughout the market to kind of tell us social media, it's your business and your billboard. All right, so Instagram. She starts out with Instagram research. Instagram reach has actually declined stats. There's a significant downturn in Instagram Reels. The reach has gone down by 35% and a 31% drop in reach of all posts over the platform. This is due to heavy saturation of content on the platform. The impressions on Reels declined 39% for a total interaction drop of 44%. You have to be creative, people. You've heard me speak enough about websites and social media. I'm giving you quick, just market numbers because the Queen Bee is coming up shortly to tell you about content creation and how media really does work behind the scenes. I still believe in email. Email marketing ROI, return on your investment, in fashion is $45 for every dollar. So that includes, okay, it includes open rates of about 40%, click-through rates 1.6, which isn't bad, but it could be better. So I do understand where we're going to get into the social media aspect. Conversion rate is 1.77. Case study, not necessary because we have amazing guests. All right, so companies earning about 1 to 9 million generate 18% from paid social media ads, which is pretty good. Companies 10 million to 99 million generate about 23.4% from paid media ad. And the interesting part is these numbers start to go down the more money you make. So you really have to consider, like I've spoken many times before, Gucci, they really don't make their money probably on social media ads because they're Gucci. But being a business build, it's important to do your social media marketing, which Hiba is going to speak on very shortly. So companies even earning $1 billion plus generate about only 8.9% from paid media. So the moral of the story being, until you are in Gucci status, it is extremely important how you are operating your social media platforms and your marketing digital media in general. So without further ado, we are welcoming today Hiba, Miss Pineapple, because that girl knows how to dress, for sure. We've all learned this as we see her at these events looking absolutely fabulous and gorgeous. And she also she's the CEO of Digital Soup Media. She is really out there creating great content and starting to educate people on her aspect of what her business does. So without further ado, let's bring you in, Miss Hiba. Coming in. Hiba, where'd you go, girl? Here she is.
Hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
Hi, Diva. Ciao, ciao, Bella, as you say. Thank you
Ciao,
so much for
ciao,
having me.
Bella. I'm digging the fur, right? We can get it out for one last day or two, hopefully.
Right. With the thinnest layer underneath. I
Seriously, how
learned
are you?
so I'm doing amazing, my love. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. It's so great to see this beautiful face of yours.
Thank you so much. I love your pink. I know it's your touch every time, and I love the lace. Every time you dress up, I feel like you carry authority, and that's exactly what we teach.
Oh,
But authority in a way where it's not forced or performative. It's something that you embody. So when you enter a room, you are respected without saying a word.
oh, all right. Let's just dig into you then, Hiba. If those are the types of things that you have to say, let's dig into you. Tell us a little bit about Digital Soup Media.
Digital souk media started off as a digital marketing space. The word souk in Arabic means market. So I wanted to honor ancestry and honor my culture as I continue to become an innovator and grow with my audience. I've been in digital marketing originally in the dental field for about 7, almost 8 years. And then last year I decided to become independent. We specialize in consulting with creatives and service business owners that are looking to become legible in the world, specifically creatives. A lot of times people show up, they're posting, they're present at events, but they're not sure how to present themselves. So we teach a lot of PR and branding etiquette so they are legible and understood without saying a word, because their presence and the way that they present themselves online and in person is received and perceived the way that aligns with who they truly are.
Love that. Okay, so digging back in, what mistakes do you see businesses making and how do you suggest they fix them?
A few things I take note of. One of them is treating social media like a diary. A lot of times, as a creative that is trying to position themselves in a way where their creativity and their art is being taken seriously, when we become too personal on social media, we dilute our professionalism. Professionalism is very important. In the creative world, I've noticed when you introduce yourself as someone that is creative, people perceive it as something that is not serious. Although we work really hard, we create from the bottom of our heart, we pour into our community around us. But in order to create that authority, you have to present yourself online accordingly because we do live in a digital world. So treating social media as a diary, speaking about things too personally, um, creating things that are not professional instead of pouring into the craft portion of your creativity. Usually dilutes. The second thing I see is focusing on trends, because trends are for virality and virality fades. Your authenticity is something that stays. So what makes you special? Everyone can do the same thing. For example, there are many digital marketing spaces, but what differentiates Digital Souk from all of them? It is a creative
style.
Thank you. I'm honored. It's my way of self-expression, and it's my way of allowing people to receive me that aligns with who I truly am. So when people see me and they see the visual presentation, the verbal presentation, and then the mental presentation, which usually is your aura, they can recognize that. And it's something that is a skill. If I can learn it and I can apply it, so can everyone else. So I'm here to hold space for creatives and service businesses to learn that without having to dilute who they are. Another thing, the third one and the most important one, I did take some notes so I don't miss a beat. Number one, you need clear positioning. So when you enter a room and people approach you and they say, "Hi, what do you do? I love your outfit." This is a moment for you to not pitch yourself, but a moment for you to plant a seed into the universe of who you are and what you create. In order to do that, I love using our credible legibility method, which teaches you many different layers of etiquette and branding. One of them is how to introduce yourself. So we have a formula. I'm a formula girl. I have ADHD. So I cater to creatives that run into burnout often, but they need structure. So I build these structures for them. So when they are entering rooms in person and digitally, the way they're received aligns with who they are. So yeah, being able to clearly introduce yourself without going on a tangent. And I've been that person before. Everything I teach is a lived experience. So I love the formulas we create.
All right, loving that. Okay, so what are the three top don'ts for digital marketing?
The three top don'ts is don't try to follow everyone's footsteps. A lot of times there are two different ways of presenting yourself online. Since we're all on our phones, this is how you perceive everyone. Perceiving these creatives, if you want to position yourself as someone that is not only a collaborative person that is running into burnout, you want to start creating a professional, monetizable business through who you are. If you're a model, you are the brand. If you're a stylist, your services hold a lot of value. You should understand that, present yourself with that value. A lot of times, boundaries. Boundaries are huge. So one of them is if someone was to approach you and say, "I love your styling. I'd love to get styled. Let's do it on this day." Your job is to welcome them and receive them, but also direct them in a certain way. A lot of times saying things will deliver a message. For example, I love using this because my mom taught it to me
I
in
love your mother,
Arabic.
by the way.
She's the queen. She inspires me
She's
a
the
lot.
queen.
You can say something like, "Someone is not clean," or you can say, "Someone is really gross." It's the same message, but it's delivered differently. So being able to create certain things, not scripts, but formulas for creatives to follow where they clearly set a boundary that one honors the person across, but also uh, doesn't dilute who they are or doesn't overextend themselves to the point where they're burnt out and now they're resenting their work and they're resenting something they love. That's the first don't, is being able, is not setting boundaries. Is definitely a don't that is huge and is the number one. My biggest piece of advice uh, is to create not a digital space that is aesthetic. Aesthetic is just decoration. Creating a world that your watchers and your audience are able to integrate with you. Being able to honor things like, for example, I say Fergalicious Pineapple because Fergalicious is one of my favorite words. Pineapple is one of my nicknames. And saying that repetition builds recognition. So being able to implement your authenticity into your digital space helps people feel how human you are. especially in a creative world. If you are trying to build community, you have to be able to showcase that you're not a corporate space. You're not selling anything. You are offering experience. People don't want the clothes that you're wearing. They want the aura and the experience you're embodying when you're wearing that outfit. So being able to share that with them is very valuable. We live in a world where digitally we're integrating from perfectionism into something that is more human. For example, I've noticed a lot of creatives, and I've led some of my influencers towards this, where instead of posting everything so perfectly, let's say makeup, it's set up in a certain way and it's very, very clean and aesthetic. Instead, they are tossing their makeup on the sink, they're hanging their shoes on the side and their clothes and taking a picture, because that's what being a diva is about. This is the real process of getting ready. The house is a mess. It's a fashion bomb, but it makes people relate to you. It makes people relate to you. It makes people feel as though I feel seen, I feel heard, I can see myself being part of this community and being able to utilize these services, not because I want to look cute in these clothes, because I want to embody this energy. I know I can do it, but I don't know how. And that's where I come in to provide the direction. The third one is being underestimating yourself.
Mm.
Underestimating yourself in a way where you're waiting for the perfect time. When
Ooh.
you wait for the perfect time, you might be waiting forever. Sometimes you might look at a certain situation or a certain creative and you say, wow, they're still so new and they're flourishing. I've been doing this for years. How come they're making it before me? It's because they want it bad enough. So you have to want something bad enough. And if you are creative, for example, like me, that is neurodivergent and sometimes needs structure and formulas, you have to be able to utilize your resources in order to, a word that Miss Megan at Mass Fashion Week uses, amplify. I love that word. Amplify and pivot. Love those words when she uses them. So being able to recognize I need help in this area. Sometimes we think about the help that we need, but we don't reach out and we don't utilize our resources. And then all of a sudden you blink and it's been 3 years and you are going to work and you're forgetting about your creativity. You're forgetting that it can be monetized. You're forgetting that it can turn into a business. So in order to amplify and pivot in this space, you have to shoot for the stars. Be delusional. They say Delulu is the Salulu.
I love that. Okay, great. So now that you've mentioned three things that you should not be doing, kind of how to pivot on them, what are the number one, two, and three that you absolutely have to do in order to be digitally marketing properly?
There are many things to implement, but the main most important things is having a clear message. So the message is, what do you do? Who do you do it for? And what is the outcome? So for example, at Digital Social Media, and we taught this at our workshop, the art of presence and power. I help a lot of creatives learn how to be received and perceived. So digitally, being able to have one, the cohesiveness is something that is essential. You have to make sure that you have your brand colors and all of those things, but your voice and your presence is what creates that authority. And your business and your creativity is not being perceived as just a hobby. Talent is never enough. So being able to position yourself is what helps you be received. One of those things is clear message, knowing how to introduce yourself. What do you do? Who do you do it for? What is the outcome? And then being able to build community. Build community, interact with the people that you see on social media. You'll see me under everyone's comments. You'll see me liking all the posts. I've been doing this for so long because it's just my personality, because I love supporting everyone. I mean, it takes one click and it's so fun. I love interacting. I act the same way in person. So being able to not perform a persona digitally, being authoritative is not someone that is pretending to be important. It is someone that knows who they are, knows what they do, and is confident in their work. And that's something that can be built and amplified. And so know what your message is, interact with your community, honor your craft, and stand your ground. Make of that what you will.
That was beautifully put. I have to admit, you have like hit home for me a couple of times through this. Like, Hiba, I see you as the beautiful girl just roaming around the fashion shows and having a fabulous time. And all the while, you have all the knowledge. I love this right now. There's so much coming from you. Okay, so lastly, what is the biggest piece of advice you would give for someone starting their journey in digital media?
What I would say is document and post. Now, don't post in volume because it's not about being relevant. Again, virality fades, authenticity doesn't. And so focus on quality, but don't think about perfectionism. If you sit and you look at something that you want to post for hours, you're going to look at it for the rest of your life. I promise you, I've been there. But be able to be confident in your work. Do it not because you feel like it's an obligation. Do it as in document yourself. Think about iCarly from, I forgot if it was Nickelodeon or Disney, but they
I
love to
think it's
document.
Nickelodeon.
And if it's not your personality to be in front of the camera, it's okay. Being able to create digital presence does not mean you have to sit in front of the camera and speak. There are steps to getting comfortable with that. For example, you can start off by posting your stories often. And I see some creatives that consulted and might have not moved forward with the package because they weren't ready necessarily in that space, but I see them applying it, which is so important. The consultation is meant for you to have insight into what you want to do and how you can basically do it. It's basically you letting your thoughts out and then structuring it. Definitely plant the seed. If you can't post every day, that's okay. If you're a designer and you want people to see your designs, post once a week, post twice a week. The following 3 weeks after that, you might find yourself posting 4 times. If you go to events, document your presence. You're there. Post and tag them. That creates presence because now the brand recognizes that you are there. They remember you. They have something to refer to so they can keep up with you in the future. If you feel like you are stuck and you don't know what to do, you're burnt out, I don't know what to do digitally, I don't know where to start, I don't know the tactics and the tricks and tips, utilize your resources. Digital Souk is a resource to hold space so you learn how to present yourself, you learn how to be taken seriously, and without burning yourself out or diluting your identity.
Love that. Hiba, you are fantastic. I am so blessed to have met you. I think we met through the Fashion Week community, to be honest. I love that I have you in my life. You're so fantastic. Tell us all how we can find you on Digital Souk Media. Where, like, what are your outlets, your tags, your website? Give us all the deets so everybody can be fabulously represented in the digital media worlds.
Well, first, I want to thank you for being the diva that you are. I love calling you a diva because you are exactly who you say you are and you are rooted in community. Community is something that can be confused sometimes, but you really host the warmest space for all creatives that are coming into the world. And
Thank you.
you can find me at Digital Souk Media on Instagram and TikTok, Miss Fineapple with 3 S's on all platforms. If you're interested in starting your creative career and wanted to get some insight, the link is in our bio for you to schedule your consultation. It is currently free until the end of April. And after that, we are being a little bit more intentional with how many creators we onboard. And I want you to know, Miss Teen in Style, I saw you before I went into the Mass Fashion Week community. So I discovered Mass Fashion Week at the end of May of last year, but I discovered the Liberty Hotel and the fashion shows way prior to that. When I was still integrating and walking into spaces, that's when I met you. I met you a little after, but I met. I'm so sorry. I need coffee too. I heard you say that earlier.
Right?
I need the caffeine bad. But I met Jasmine, which is Style Synchronicity, a beautiful human being, so warm and so
Great girl.
thoughtful. And I remember seeing your pink blazer, and I remember it being engraved in my brain and saying, "Who is this?" And that's the whole point. building presence.
Wow, I love that. And now I'm like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with you, Hiba.
I'm honored. I'm honored and I'm so excited to be speaking and honored to be included and to become an ambassador. I can't wait to see what we come up with and cheers.
Yeah, meeting on Monday, so we'll fill you that in because Hiba is actually the brand ambassador for the Boston Fashion Summit on June 6th, where she will be telling you all about how to create content. Hiba, thank you so much for being here and have a fabulous day, gorgeous.
Thank you, my love. We'll see you
Bye.
next time. Mwah.